in Oahu, in Honolulu, in the Waikiki area. We're kind of walking out of the Waikiki area, and we've ended up in just this residential bit. We are walking really far today, and I hit this mailbox. And this mailbox obviously looks personally done. Somebody's taken some great care to make their mailbox amazing, and it looks exactly like where we're going, which is Diamond Head. So we're gonna climb that today. And I think someone might have sat out here right on this corner and created this painting based on that mountain. Nicely done.
The purpose for our walk today was to come over to the KCC Farmers Market, which is a thing that happens every Saturday, right? It's Saturday?
Every Saturday, 7:30 to 11 o'clock, which I feel is really, really early. Like that's yard sailing. That's like...
Well, I think farmers markets are usually that early. What I can't figure out is it is packed and it's like 10 o'clock.
It's got to be 10:30 by now.
And I don't see how this is going to close down. Yeah, I have no idea how they're going to shut this down that quickly. But there's quite a bit of stuff going on here, and it seems like a fairly healthy mixture between Hawaiian, but there is a lot of Japanese food.
I would say it's not a healthy mixture. It is very much foreign. I'm going to say like 70-30.
Like of the goods here.
Like 30% are Hawaiian and 70 are just foreign places. And they're not only appealing to tourists, they're also appealing to locals and college students.
But dude, like, straight up, like we were on the Big Island and we were on Kauai for a week each, and there were not that many Japanese tourists. When you come to this island, you are outnumbered by a significant margin. I feel like I'm in Japan.
Moko-chan, Moko-chan, like, everywhere.
There is a lot of Japanese, and a lot of the staff at these little markets, they speak Japanese, and a lot of the menus are written in Japanese. There was a dude making takoyaki. I think that some of the Japanese-esque foods are kind of being made with local ingredients and stuff, so maybe that's got some appeal to the Japanese tourists that are coming here. But regardless, we did find a couple of things that I don't think are things we could necessarily get in Japan.
Yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
I'm gonna start with mine because I'd like to eat it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
And Katie got a Hot Pocket.
I got a gourmet Hot Pocket. It's much bigger than just this little piece. This is only half. This one has garlic shrimp inside. I don't see necessarily a shrimp. It might have been ground down, don't know. But Hot Pockets, you never really get like chunks of meat in there, are you?
Yeah, a little bit.
You're a big Hot Pocket fan.
Oh, it smells really good. It smells like pizza.
I am a pastry with filling fan.
That's a Hot Pocket, baby. Can I have a bite?
It's good. It's got kind of a bisque feel to it. But I don't know if I'm gonna hit like a real shrimp in there. This was $8 for larger than a Hot Pocket sized Hot Pocket.
Briefly larger, not much. It's a bit expensive, but we're in Hawaii. And it was unique amongst a lot of other things. Like I didn't want to get something I can get at home. And we saw some things that we'd already eaten too, like lau lau. We'd already eaten lau lau when we were on Kauai a couple of times, so we'd seen that already. And so we got limited to some of the things that we wanted to try or haven't had a chance to try yet.
I'm just gonna help you with this because we don't have very many hands.
Yeah, we're sitting in the rain basically doing this too.
Yes, we are sitting in the rain doing this.
This is a guava. You asked her, how did she say this is made?
It's guava smoked, so the tree that the guava grows off of, they take that wood and they smoke it with that wood.
Okay, and it's a pork, and this is the kind of spiciest one. And it's kind of like just a barbecue pork. It's really smoky. That's the killer aspect of this.
They gave us a sample and then we bought it.
It doesn't necessarily.
That says a lot.
Yeah, a lot of times you get the sample and you're like, oh, I got to try it, and then you scoop. But in this case, I was like, yeah, I could eat a whole bunch of that. The pork is pretty chewy, but not like a bad chewy. It's just not. It doesn't just like melt in your mouth. You got to chew it a little bit.
I'm okay with that.
But the smokiness is what is just amazing. But again, like this little bowl, this little plate was $7. So things are a little expensive, but we're gonna have enough energy, I think, from this to do our hike.
Google Maps gave this like 3 money signs.
Oh, 3 money signs?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I came here thinking, oh man.
For a farmer's market?
Yeah, we probably could have fed ourselves for $6 each, and we're not far off from that. I think that's probably the cheapest we could have gotten out of here.
Where'd that drink go? So we had this hibiscus tea stuff when we were on Kauai, and it was amazing. And I got another one. This is a hibiscus mint, and you can actually see they put the mint leaves in there. And it is not as good as the one that was infused with ginger. Maybe there's a little ginger in here, actually. For sure there is. I don't know what the other guy did to make his so much better.
Honey.
Maybe it was the bees.
Honey changes all the things.
Honey changes the game. You put honey on anything and you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, this is all right.
After having like lots of bites of this, I made the right choice. This was like one of the first things I saw, and I was like, okay, well, I'll probably find something better, and I just kept coming back to this.
Hibiscus drinks are interesting. You can taste the smell of the flower, like you can taste it, but it's a smell.
I found a shrimp. The sun has come out.
We're gonna walk over to the Diamond Head crater, which is a thing you can apparently go up and hike to. And Kyde was like, yeah, it's like 5-10 minutes. It turns out it's 60 to 90 minutes, but we got time, it don't matter. As long as it stays sunny, I'll be happier than if it like, gets rainy. But even if it gets rainy, then it gets sunny in 5 minutes, and then it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
so
you forget.
It's really not that big of a deal. But I actually started this video because I wanted to give a wildlife update. Earlier I saw one of those funky looking squirrels running by, and it turns out that they have mongoose here the same way they have them on the Big Island, but there are no mongoose on Kauai. However, we met somebody who knew a dude that was a mongoose trapper. Mongoose trapper? How does this work? Right? On Kauai, yeah. They were like, yeah, that's this guy's job. Like, go around and like kill any mongoose he finds. Oh, weird gig. That guy's got a weird resume.
Yep. Have trapped mongoose.
All right, so we walked through a tunnel, and now we have entered the crater of this Diamond Head area.
And we didn't realize we'd be coming into the crater. I thought you would climb from on the outside, and then you would walk around in it.
Or look down. Yeah, I didn't think that you were just gonna go through a tunnel and all of a sudden you'd be in a crater of a volcano.
Yeah. And even when we were going through the tunnel, I was like, this is normal. Like, you definitely go through a tunnel to get to a mountain.
It looks pretty awesome already just from the inside of the crater. Do we get to go to the top and look down? Is that, I'm assuming, what we're doing?
Everybody says that this hike's no joke, but today we're going coast to crater, and getting to the top of the crater, we're at an elevation of 700 now. By the coast, I mean we had to be in the single digits. So that's been a pretty intense moment, especially since right now we basically just started going straight up to the point that they've just put in spiral stairs. I'm sure that these were here like long ago for some other purpose other than tourism, but holy crap, we've been walking through windy bits with muddy patches and then went straight to stairs, and now we're on the spirals. I'm pretty sure I'm not in my right mind anymore.
The reason that the spiral staircase is there is because this used to be a military installation, and it has got some battalions, or like, is that what's the word for this? Like the
alcove of
the
fighting.
Alcove? Yeah, the alcove. There's a word, batterment maybe is the word. I don't know. There's some military word for this, where they would have giant guns and they would overlook off the top of the hill over the ocean or the other direction. Perhaps they point as well. I'm not sure. But that's what this entire structure is. And apparently when it was built in the early 1900s, it was actually a really like magnificent feat of engineering. And I think at this point it's just mostly a magnificent view that you get from it, because it's pretty astonishing, like the color of the water and stuff that you can see, and just the distance you can see, and you can see over some of the city and stuff. It's pretty amazing.
Going up Diamond Head has its advantages and disadvantages. The advantages are it's gorgeous. What you're going to see at the top, like over in the water, what you're going to see, and what you're going to see behind me, which is like the buildings and stuff. It's amazing looking. Watching Honolulu just spill into the valleys and come out to the beach. It's gorgeous. Downfall, lots and lots of people. It is snug at some points, and maybe we came on one of the most touristed days of the week because it's right after the farmers market, so this would draw people to this area. Might be better on other days, but it's pretty congested.
The crater is really awesome too. It's just really vast, but we did learn that because it's a crater and not a caldera, it's less than a mile across. Is that how that works? Kyde was like dropping that knowledge on me. She's like, oh, we know about the size of this crater. And yeah, I guess, yeah, it looks like it's probably less than a mile across, but it's a cool view. And just sitting against the ocean like this, it reminds me of, we went to an island in Korea one time called Jeju. that is known as Korea's Hawaii, oddly enough. And there is a giant volcano at the edge of it that sits right on the edge of the ocean. And it's kind of a similar vibe to what this has got.
Hole in the wall alert. We walked to a place called Montserrat.
Oh, that's the area we're in?
That's the area. I have not found out anything about this place prior to getting here. It seems kind of bit like just a strip of shops and eateries.
And for some reason, Japanese magazines drive you here. And we know that for two reasons. One, we have a Japanese travel magazine and it drove us here. And two, when we walked by a couple of restaurants and it's got you write your name outside to wait, like to go in and get a table, and it was just two columns of Japanese names, last names. All their customers are Japanese.
That was the one that we found in the Japanese book, so it made a lot of sense.
It didn't look that interesting though.
We opted not to eat there. They were doing sandwiches that are probably like legit good sandwiches, but we found this little hole in the wall as we were walking down the street. Tons of people just standing outside, going up to a window, ordering stuff. Huge menu sitting outside, but we're across the street, so we can't read it. We don't know if it's too expensive for us or if it doesn't look good. We don't really know what they cook.
But there's a line.
But there's a line.
And it was a line of local-esque looking people. Is that, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It didn't seem like a Japanese tour guide drove a bunch of people there. Not that that means it's bad, but it just means if the locals are eating there, like, go.
I have chosen to get the mushroom, herb, garlic, chicken plate. That sounded like 4 words that all need to go together.
I was really excited about this mushroom. They have portobello sandwiches. This is something people probably don't even know. I worked as a cook very briefly, and we made these portobello mushroom sandwiches at the place I used to work briefly. And that was my favorite thing to eat. So I kind of have a thing for portobello mushrooms, and it's not really something you see too often on menus in Japan. So I saw that and saw that you ordered, and I was happy about it. So I'm hoping to get a little piece of that.
Because you think I'm gonna share?
Yeah, that was the expectation.
Well then, I'll let you report on the portobello mushroom.
Okay.
Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, make sure there's no drip. I thought you were coming in for it. I really did.
Portobello mushrooms are just so good, and there's so much flavor in them.
They just sop it up.
Yeah, and they're big, you know what I mean? Big mushrooms, tasty. If you didn't like mushrooms, you'd hate portobello mushrooms. They're very mushroomy, but I really, really think they taste amazing. Used to be a good sandwich, man.
The chicken isn't like blowing me away by any means, but after a long hike, just having some, like a big platter of meat and rice in front of me is making me very happy. I would definitely come back to this place already. The
menu was really cool. It was really easy to read. Things were actually pretty cheap considering where we are. And it seems really accessible. The thing that I got is a little bit different. I didn't get a full plate. We just end up gonna split the plate. But I got a wasabi shoyu ahi burger. That sounds a bit Japanese because it's just tuna and it's wasabi and soy sauce. And it smells really tuna-y, like almost like a tuna can tuna-y, which is not my favorite kind of tuna, but let's find out. It looks like they may have grilled it,
Don't eat the paper.
Don't eat the paper. Oh yeah, there is paper there.
This is one of the major reasons why I don't like burgers, because that hurts your face.
You gotta have a big mouth.
You gotta have a big mouth, and I don't have a big mouth.
It's tasty. It tastes really fresh.
That looks like a potato roll or some sort of like...
Yeah, it's kind of green.
Or has it absorbed?
The wasabi? I was worried the wasabi was going to be overpowering, but it's just like a little hint of wasabi. If you've ever had wasabi potato chips, you know how it's kind of just in the background, or wasabi Kit Kat. I know I'm speaking to people that have really jumped down the wasabi rabbit hole at this point, but it's not a really powerful wasabi. I'm gonna try it. It's a little wetter on that side.
You better be glad you got stain guard on your pants.
Oh yeah. I bought new pants and now they're covered in wasabi juice.
Yep.
Yeah, same thing. It's pretty mild. It just tastes mostly fresh. It's all right. It's like $7. I guess that's fair.
$9.50.
It's a bit expensive.
It's a bit expensive.
So we're eating again, and it is time for...
We're eating, but it's time to eat. It's fika. It's
It is fika.
It's past 3:30.
we did walk between this meal and the last meal. It's not really a meal, it's fika, you know, it's a snack.
Yeah, it's a snack.
So the reason that we came to where we came is because there's this place called Leonard's, and it's really quite a cool jibe that's going on in there.
It was opened in 1952, and they didn't sell malasadas when they opened, that's what's in this bag.
And,
it's a staple.
A malasada is a donut with no hole.
Some fillings and some not.
Of Portuguese descent.
Yes.
And the people who opened this are also of Portuguese descent.
And they ended up adding malasadas to the menu because a specific Portuguese holiday came about. And they were like, well, we're supposed to make malasadas for that. So why don't we do that? And they did it thinking, you know, it's just going to be a one-time thing, and now that's what people come to get.
And a lot of people come to get. The place is really crowded, and it's kind of hectic in there, and it's just fun, kind of
yes,
like,
it's really
kind of
fun.
exciting. And it just looks cool. It's a cool looking place because they're not trying too hard, they're just doing what they do, and the way they're doing it has got swagger. So we got 4. We ordered 3, they gave us 4.
We ordered 3, we have 4.
And I think it's just kind of ridiculous to take one of these things back at this point and try to figure out which one is which, so we have 4.
I can tell the butt of one is guava, so we have a guava. We ordered a coconut haupia, which is mine, and haupia is like a coconut pudding, and I'm so excited about that because I know it's going to be...
You asked me which one I wanted, I was like coconut, and you're like, I'm already getting that.
I'm been chasing this, trying to find it, and we found it in acai bowl.
Yeah,
and
it was tasty.
It was not. It was mixed into things. The bowl was great, but I never saw where this pudding was, so I'm assuming that it's just like in the base.
That's right. That's right.
So,
do we have one that's just a plain?
Yes, but
Can
it has.
you sort which one it is?
Yes, but it has sweet and sour sugar on it. There's no filling.
Oh, and it was like a Chinese sounding name, right?
Yeah. Lihing.
Lihing. Okay. Lihing.
Lihing. So
okay.
you want to start there?
Yeah, let's start there.
Okay.
And that gives us a basis. It shouldn't have any filling on the inside of it. But yeah. Can you touch the focus on the camera and get it going? Maybe that'll pull it out. Yeah, it's a little bit orange and sugary. You want a Lady and the Tramp this?
Yep.
All right. Okay, so first thing to note, it's hot. Not hot, but warmer than warm.
Definitely warm. It's
And the
dense,
breading-
but still fluffy.
The breading, the texture is perfect. It's literally perfect.
It's very soft on the outside, it's soft on the inside, but it feels like there's a lot in there that is just like filling up your mouth.
And it's not ridiculously sweet.
It is not ridiculously
It's sweet on the outside, but the breading itself is not just like a block of sugar or something.
The filling may change that.
It's really soft. It's damn tasty.
He will not pass it to me.
No, here, take it. Take
Let me
it.
see.
I thought you were trying to pull a piece off. It is good.
Okay, I'm gonna put this one back.
Let us eat it. You can eat more. Do you want more?
You can have more.
I'll eat it. You want any more?
How many times are we gonna say more? Just eat it. Alright, the next one we can go straight to Guava Town.
Okay. Oh, and you can tell because it's got a little hole there.
It's got a little hole. This one seems a little bit greasier. Possibly. It's sugared on the outside. We see the pink guava
Hold
on
on.
the inside.
Did you taste the sweet and souriness of that one at all?
I did, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was very light. Like when we said it was lightly sugared, it was also lightly done in the sweet and sour. I think the sugar would have been definite sugar. I don't know how to describe how it was sour.
Okay. Okay,
is for
if we...
you.
Oh, this is for me.
We will not be Lady and Tramping this
Because somebody will catch a shot in the throat.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's way heavier.
way heavier.
It's really thick feeling.
I found my button. I'm gonna jump into the coconut while you're doing that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. We've gotten recommendations from people on Instagram and stuff too that were like, you gotta go there while you're in Hawaii. I can see why. This is amazing. Yeah?
The filling is just outstanding. Are we switching?
Yeah. We could just, yeah.
Coconut is good. It feels heavier than yours.
Yeah, it does. More weight. Coconuts are heavy, man. You ever picked up a coconut compared to a guava?
Whoa.
Holy
Guava.
shit, this
Guava.
is so tasty.
Guava's where it's at.
Yeah. But even the coconut is not bad.
Yeah.
We have a mystery one down there.
We do have a mystery one.
How can we do this? You have another hand.
And I also have a whole bag, so hopefully.
The juice could just like flow right out though if you poured it to the side. Like it's kind of thick,
It
but
is
not.
light. but it was over with the non...
Standard?
Yeah. Okay, and I don't see a butthole.
It's just standard.
It's just sugar.
They just threw another one in there.
I wonder if that's normal or if this was an accident.
I don't know.
What a happy accident. I'm covered in sugar. This is ridiculous. You should come with a wet wipe, man.
The lady, when I was standing in line, she came to me and was like, will you hand me 10 napkins? I was like, 10 napkins? What happened out there, lady? I can see what happened
I saw you loading up on the napkins. I was like, this guy's planning on having a funky adventure, and that's not normally your thing.
So which one's your favorite, the guava?
The guava is the standout. I'm so excited about the coconut that I'm pretty happy with what I got.
Man.
I would recommend getting a filling. If you don't, you're kind of missing out.
The plain ones were okay, but the filling ones really knock it out of the park.
The plain ones for me would be like if I'm taking them to work in the morning for a whole bunch of people, I wouldn't bring a whole bunch of fillings.
You don't
I would bring
that extra.
No, it's not that I don't want to spend the extra. It's that I don't want people to feel like they have to eat a big filling thing when they could all be just enjoying the lightness.
They were cheap too. These were like $1.69 or something. They're under $2 a piece, even with filling. So yeah, this is amazing. If you come to the island, get these things. They're baller.
Yep.
Here's the deal. The building we're staying in is like 40 floors high, and our room is on the 30th floor. And it has these elevators that, you know, on a fancy hotel, the one on the outside of the elevator, you have a view with the glass looking out as you go up in the elevator, but it's like technically on the outside wall of the building. Apparently, if the wind blows over 20 somethings, we're not sure what that is, then knots, miles an hour, meters per second, I'm not quite sure. It was just 20 was the number that was given to us. That they will then shut the elevators down. So if you want to go up in your elevator, like to your room, you don't. You take the stairs. You take all 30 floors. So that's what's going on right now. It's windy out today, so the elevators are just off. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, don't build elevators on the outside of a building that can't go up in the wind. Like, I mean, I get that it's a weird engineering thing, but don't build that building. Like, what are you doing? Sort of like ridiculous. What if you just got here with your suitcases and you had to carry your suitcase, like 25-pound suitcase, 30 floors up when you first got to your hotel? Can you imagine that? Or what if you have a flight and you have to catch the flight and you can't catch the flight because you were late because your elevator wasn't running, because it took you an extra hour to get down the damn stairs with your suitcase? This is madness. So anyways, well, that's like, I guess we're gonna take the stairs tonight. And I mean, it's hella windy. I get it. But come on, guys, come on. Am I right? This is nuts, right? Am I right? Back me up.
Yeah, it seems like some stuff somebody made really long ago that nobody ever checked. And for some reason now they're worried about it, and they've just made an inconvenience as opposed to fixing the problem. She
said that the elevators will get stuck, like because they get blown back and forth, they get stuck between the floors.
Wow.
These are some of the, we've been to a lot of like countries that are developing and stuff. These are some of the sketchiest elevators I've ever ridden. They just feel weird, man, when you're on it. I'm just like, I'm a little bit sketched out. So, I mean, I guess I'm glad it's not running, but I'm also glad, I'm not glad it's, I wish I could go up the elevator. I wish it wasn't windy, I guess, or the elevator was inside.
This has happened earlier this week. It didn't say high winds, so that was just the elevator being closed.
Oh, there's a blog that explains it all.
They have a blog to let you know that your day is gonna suck.
We are quite literally going to climb 30 floors all the way up to our room, which is just absolutely insane. How are you feeling about this?
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
You probably could just count one floor and count.
I know.
Okay. Alright, I made it. I think Katie went a little slower than me, but she's counting stairs. I made it in 5 minutes and 40 seconds, which isn't as bad as I thought it would be. But I'm all tired. This is so stupid.
64 plus 48 times 7. That's how many stairs there are.
You did it in about 6 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
It's really not that bad.
It's probably the same as the Tokyo Tower thing that I did. And I did that in under 7. Honestly, I probably did that slower than this.
Should we show off the apartment now?
Yeah, let's get this ghetto on. Did you already unlock it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. As if the elevator being out of order didn't already bring you down a notch. Prepare to be underwhelmed. I'm gonna get it out. Okay. We've lived in it a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Trying to show off the kitchen. You need to stay outside. The kitchen is kind of fine. This is a nice little flat stovetop and a big sink. They've given us a coffee maker but no coffee, and like paper towels. You've got a microwave, so you can make things in here, but it's a hodgepodge of all eating utensils. All cookery is just a hodgepodge. And the tongs have already been used in a special way, which we'll get to in a moment. So that's the kitchen. We have not done anything in here except for this explosion of random things. But I do want to show you a security feature. Go on in.
What security feature?
See, the lock doesn't work. You really want to keep the burglars out, but don't want to be able to get any of your silverware. There you go. This is fantastic. To get this out, I had to open up the door to the outside to open this drawer.
I didn't notice that.
This is all messed up. But that's the security feature. Microwave. The refrigerator, good job on vocabulary, is currently unplugged because it makes lots of noise. And once unplugged, it drained a whole bunch of water onto the floor, which was my fault. I should have looked to see if there was anything we needed to worry about.
But it shouldn't go gung 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 gung.
It should not do that. So
what's behind the curtain number 1 here?
Curtain number 1 is just random things that I think either they use or that people left.
Okay.
There's like a book and some clothes and an umbrella and
the doors have just been left off.
Yes, the door is just here.
And they just put up a curtain.
They put up a curtain. So, yeah. But this curtain functions better than the blinds. Let me take off this pack that I wore upstairs. Okay. I guess this is the dining room. I don't know. I'm really gonna just butcher this because I am very disappointed for... I don't know if we should get into the booking.com thing right now.
If you know numbers, can you throw numbers out?
Yes,
right now?
I know numbers right now.
Spit some numbers.
Okay, so one of the major reasons that we are upset right now is that I booked this on booking.com, and when I booked it, it said it was going to be 60,000 yen, so somewhere around $600, less than. When I got
for
charged.
How many nights?
For as many nights as we're here.
7 nights? 6 or 7
nights. And I was expecting to get charged around $600. My credit card statement says $1,300. And that's because the shithead who runs this place decided that in the surcharge area, he was going to double the amount per day. He put a service charge. It's supposed to be $75 a day to stay here. The service charge is also $75 a day. I've never seen this on booking.com. I've been using it for over a decade now, and I've been really happy with that service. But now that people are getting to run things, they're changing the way that it works. There's no policing. And so this place, which I would say, if it was $600, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm glad we get to be where we are. But since it's double that unknowingly and offensively...
It's literally what the rent for our apartment is in Tokyo for a month.
Yeah. It is ridiculous, it is shitty, and...
And you tried to dispute it and it went nowhere.
There's no elevator, people. Okay.
Well, there's an elevator, just not if it's windy.
But that's the short of it.
If it's windy near the ocean where it's windy, almost always, and like also wind ain't new. This existed a while ago. The elevator situation is ridiculous.
Yes.
Back to Katie.
Back to the situation at hand. We're frustrated. We're annoyed at Booking.com for allowing this to happen, and I have contacted them. We won't go into other than that they didn't fix the problem. It did not get fixed. They've made concessions, but this shouldn't have been able to happen. That's the price you put up there should be the price.
We also booked a built room in a different building, and then we met the guy at that building. And he drove us to this shithole. Like straight up, it's all sketchy. I'm not happy about it, and that's why we're gonna come off so negative about this. We're being treated poorly.
We're gonna tear it apart. And it's gonna be comedic because we are basically just laughing about it. All right, back to the dining room. It's a table and a community center. Like. It's nothing to write anyone about. But there is a power brick over there. Masterful power brick. The entertainment center is luxurious. Notice that Eric is now using a phone to light the room. There are other amazing lighting fixtures. We got the one. And the two. So that's about as bright as it
That
gets.
does help a little bit.
It does.
But this is the whole room, basically. So if I spin back over here and you see the entryway, and then I'm going to turn the way I just turned from, you've now seen the entire room.
That's it.
Which is, again, it's fine, but not for the cost and not for no elevator.
And it was half this size, you and I would be fine. Because what we want is just a place to sleep and nothing really special outside of that. We just want a cheap place to sleep, and that's what I thought I was getting.
Show the best part, though.
I'm not going to show the best part because we didn't talk about the entertainment center. Do people watch television on vacation? I can't figure this out. Like, we walk in and the television's on, like, oh, let me show you the amazing media we have. I have better than this at home. I don't need this. You have Honolulu outside, not bullshit on TV. The bed is honestly one of the best beds that we've had. We slept in a car like 2 weeks ago, so I guess I can't say much, but this has been a very good bed. We're quite happy with it.
At least I didn't have to climb 30 stairs to sleep in the car.
That's true. That's true.
There is one thing that's legitimately good. Go ahead.
I had to rig all of these blinds up. I had to take them all down and roll them up and put them back in. If you pull them down, they will not go back up. So I had to do all this. I had to put this on the window so that it would stay up, so that we can actually look out of the best part of this. And I didn't even know we were gonna have an ocean view. I didn't care because it was $600, I thought. But at least you have to be happy about the good things that you do have. Hello, Honolulu. Back to this shitty room. I'm so sorry.
The view is even better in the daytime too. The ocean is right there. There's all these boats out there, and it's really a good view. I'm also watching a couple of elevators go up and down right now on the outside of that building over there. Apparently, they prepared for the wind.
And they aren't encased in anything. They're just going because that's the Prince whatever hotel, and it doesn't suck. Bathroom. Overall, the walls, like all this, I'm worried that there's like a camera behind some of this crafty handmanship. I'm sorry, like it just looks terrible. It goes all the way into the shower up here. That doesn't make me feel good. One, like this should not look like this. And two, I'm in the shower. It feels creepy. It really does.
It is creepy.
Some of this is okay. Like
the water
toilet and the sink is okay.
Yeah. I'll give it that.
Water pressure is not very good.
No, it's terrible.
It's the same as the first place that we stayed.
But the first place was off the grid.
It was off the grid. This is just bad. That's outside. we had to cover up the dish soap over there because, oh, you wanna get in on this?
Yeah. So we had to use a rubber band and a bag to cover up the dish soap because this little tray is so disgusting. And it's like caked with like calcium or something is what it looks like. You know what I mean? Like that. But the thing that, this isn't a complaint. I'm trying to shine lights where there's lights. This is just a questionable thing. So this is just a shower, right? Like this is a very, very small little area. It's intended to just be a shower. That's great. That's all I need. I don't need a bathtub or anything. But it's got this really high wall here. And if you can see, like it's about that high. And then it's got one of these guys for filling a tub.
I can't see it. Show me. Okay.
This like
yeah.
one of those sprickets. It's not just the shower head. And then it came with this guy, which goes and clicks down to create a seal. Are people taking baths in this? I'm just really confused by why that even exists in here. But the reason that that's been unscrewed is because Katie took the tongs that she mentioned earlier the first day we got here because she turned on the water and it wouldn't drain at all, and she pulled out essentially a rat of other people's hair, like this big gnarly like thing.
I would say it was at least 5 inches long.
Yeah, it was.
After I pulled it out.
It was pretty gross, and that was the first thing you got to deal with.
That was, and wow. So that's the bathroom. The pipes in the wall squeal. You don't get to hear that right now.
Yeah, but if anybody else in the building turns on their water, they squeak, and you can hear it in the bedroom.
Yeah, I actually leave the ceiling fan on in here with the light on to dull out that noise.
Yeah, that's a good idea because that ambient sound is easier to swallow.
We've been sleeping with the window open, which provides a lot of noise. So I haven't heard the squeal, but if we were trying to keep that closed and trying to keep things quiet, you'd just be sitting here listening to the pipe squeal.
But real talk, though, the view is amazing.
The view is amazing, and the bed is good.
Everything else sucks ass.
Yeah.
Like every other part sucks.
I looked at the weather for like the next 12 hours. We're planning on leaving like
in the morning.
Just to go out and do things like regular. I got to 11 a.m. tomorrow, and the wind is only getting rougher. So. No more elevator?
Yeah, no more elevator
forever?
Yeah, and the notice inside the elevator says that it could be like this for the whole entire week until next Friday.
Till the point that we have a flight out of here. So it's almost like...
we may have to carry our suitcase down those stairs.
If the elevator is ever on, we need to pack up on that day and take our stuff downstairs, put it in the lobby, and then just take things in and out as we need them.
This is crazy.
I have never seen
We've
this.
been to like 30 countries, and most of them are not what you would call first world countries. A lot of them are developing countries. Never have I had something that is this mismatched cost versus what you get.
Yeah.
Like, it is completely screwed. The other thing we didn't mention, though, the location is pretty good. We're in Waikiki, to be fair.
Yeah.
We're in Waikiki, and we're kind of close to the beach. And it's just... It wouldn't take very much for somebody to make this place kind of nice. The elevator aside, I understand the elevator is expensive, but like this little room could be made worth the money. You could do that if the elevator functioned, but the guy hasn't even bothered. He didn't put the door up. It's just a thing. It's like, come on, guy. Like, it's just these little tiny things.
It would be very easy to take this knob off, but...
And like just turn it a different way. Yeah.
He doesn't...
It's just things like that. If you're going to rip people off of this much money, at least... spend an afternoon making your place nice.
Yeah, I thought that maybe I had this wishful thinking in my mind that, you just misunderstood how much things cost, and you're going to go there and you'll be surprised.
But with this money, we could have found something.
Oh, squeal!
Oh yeah, the squeal is happening.
Anywho, that is where we're staying here in Honolulu. We don't spend much time here, and we better make sure we have all our stuff that we need whenever we leave, because we don't want to go up the flights of stairs ever again.
Up wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
I enjoyed the challenge, but I don't think I'd enjoy it tomorrow.
Going down won't be a big deal.
No, I mean, if I have to go up tomorrow, I'm going to be
is a bummer.
annoyed.
Yeah, I guess. No, anyway, yeah.
All right, good night. Good morning. News report on the elevator. Still not functioning. The wind seems to have died down outside, but the elevators still aren't operating. I push the button, it lights up for a second, then it's not lit up anymore. And I guess that like tells us you're not getting on this elevator, so down the 30 floors we go.
Not to harp on about this too much, but this situation with the no elevators happens enough, they made a sign. Like, this is a sign they made. It's not handwritten. This is something they're prepared for. I mean, the sign is prepared, the elevator's not prepared at all. This is ridiculous. Test that audio. You gotta test that audio, baby. I'm walking and talking. I'm testing that shit.
Spoiler alert, the elevators were off for the entire week. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss anything from Oahu. We're also planning to film a new prefecture in Japan soon. Did anyone notice where? There was a hint in a recent video. Check out our Patreon as well for special perks and stuff. Links below.